Objection! Herzlich willkommen zurück zu Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth zusammen mit Cedric.
Hi, ich bin's, nicht Cedric.
Das ist sehr wohl Cedric und wir sind heute bei Kapitel Nummer 4 angekommen. Turnabout Reminiscence.
Uiuiui, ich habe schon wieder vergessen, was das alles die Stimmen sind.
Ja, wir haben ja hier genau diesen Piece of Cloth und letztes Mal hat sie uns gesagt, sie kannte uns schon aus der Vergangenheit und wir haben sie anscheinend vergessen. Und das sind zwei unbekannte Personen. Ich glaube, du sprichst Gumshoe.
Okay.
Weißt du nicht, Gumshoe. Nevermind. Das sah von hinten nur so aus.
True.
Warum hast du gleich ein Vieh fertig gemacht? Lawyer. Damn.
Ah ja, defendant. Just what exactly are you trying to say?
Don't you get it? I know the true identity of the Atagarasu.
Oh, das ist so schnell.
Ja, das ist ja eine Katze. Deswegen ist es oder so.
Wieso?
Deswegen sprecht ihr eigentlich normalerweise nicht.
Ah,
Prosecutors Mensch.
er sieht aber auch so aus.
Mr. Faraday, was?
Nee. Kann nicht sein. Aber damn, ihr Vater war so auch ein Prosecutor. Hab ich das gesagt?
Ich glaube nicht,
Schon,
oder?
schon so lange her.
Ja, eventuell schon ein bisschen.
Mhm.
Es ist Miles Edgeworth. Wobei vor 7 Jahren war er da schon. Ich weiß gar nicht, wie welchen.
Könnte sein.
Wie alt ist er im ersten Game gewesen? 20,
Ich glaube 26.
26 schon, nein, so alt nicht. Oh fuck.
Sieht aber aus.
Okay, September 10th. District Court, 3rd floor lobby. It's almost time for me to enter the courtroom. Okay. And so it is that my first assignment as a prosecutor will be as a replacement for a prosecutor who has been accused by the defendant. Ich glaube, ich habe ihn auch gerade ganz komisch gesprochen.
Das ist okay. Edgeworth?
Huh. Ah, oh!
Oh.
Sir.
Okay. Have you read over all the documents regarding this trial? Oder soll ich mit dem deutschen Sis, dem deutschen TH sprechen?
Ich würde es sehr appreciate, wenn du das nicht tust.
Okay.
Aber er ist so ein bisschen. Yeah, yes, sir, I've memorized everything there is to know. Er ist noch ein bisschen jünger hier.
Very good. The paperwork for the prosecutor's substitution is just about complete. Edgeworth, always bear in mind that as your mentor, I, Manfred von Karma, will accept nothing short of perfection.
I understand, sir. To have the chance to stand in court at such an early stage in my career, I am honored and proud.
As I have watched over your studies, I'm giving you this very rare chance. Prove yourself. Crush the defendant's pathetic lies into oblivion.
Yes, sir!
Yes.
Yes. That such a legendary prosecutor is watching over and judging my performance. I have to be perfect in every way. Damn. Das ist irgendwie crazy, dass es damit anfängt. Okay, das ist eine Tür. This should lead to the defendant lobbies.
Edgeworth, where's your composure? If you wish to take a look at your enemy, do so in the courtroom. As to crush him.
Indeed, thank you. You are a man of wisdom and experience, sir.
Also, kill him.
Der poliert sich in die Schuhe oder so. This is... Okay.
Das ist so gut.
I've never heard of water that tastes that good. Maybe I'll give him a minute. Does he plan on gulping an entire reservoir dry? Sehr schön. Okay, Hallo, lebenslose Wachmänner. The trial will resume shortly. Please wait a moment, sir. Oh, I was already well aware of that. Shortly or in a moment. Which one is it? Be specific.
Oh, ich will das Kind sprechen.
A model of a courthouse. It's pretty well constructed. Hands and a face? Don't tell me this thing transforms. Yet I wonder for what other purpose could they have been made. Aren't these great? That he made all of these.
Awesome! But didn't you get fired right after you made them?
Ah, yeah, I did. I spent the same amount of money on this model as it cost to build the real thing. And my boss wasn't very happy with me. Haha.
Hey, Daddy, didn't you say you built a secret mechanism inside of it?
Hahaha. I'll tell you about it someday when you're older. A secret mechanism? Maybe he installed it as a payback for getting fired? It could be trouble. Now I'm curious.
Oh, dürfen wir das aus?
Oh
Dürfen wir das
Gott.
auswählen?
How? Excuse me, madam, but is something the matter?
Just thought someone would have brought hors d'oeuvre by now.
But this is a courthouse. It would be quite atypical to provide hors d'oeuvre here.
Are you sure? Someone poured me a fresh cup of coffee last time I was here.
What the heck does she think a courthouse is for?
Mhm.
Also ich glaube, wir können
Frag mich
kein
doch. Ich wollte gerade sagen,
Secret Mechanism, oder? Nein.
Oh. Sad. Ist jetzt zu schön.
Mr. Prosecutor, sir. You've got a good eye if you can tell that I'm a prosecutor with just one glance. As there's always only prosecutors and defense attorneys in this lobby, I usually hit the mark if I guess one or the other while there's recess.
Das ist seltsam.
We're only guessing. Okay.
Die old lady is a prosecutor attorney.
Apparently. Nehmen wir mit Money State.
Today's trial should have ended in just 1 minute.
Because the defendant was picked up by a security camera, correct?
Exactly. The killer had the gall to say that he only killed because he was instructed to do so. Even more outrageous is his claim that the case prosecutor, Byron Faraday, gave the order. Faraday's such a fool. He's been cornered by his very own prey.
Sir, are you an acquaintance of Mr. Byrne Faraday?
He's a pathetic man who speaks nothing but nonsense.
Nonsense?
He once tried to explain to me a way of punishing those who cannot be brought to court.
Those who cannot be brought to court? That is nonsense, for no man is above the law.
Well, there are always a few exceptions. However, there is no reason to even deal with such individuals. The prosecutor is a guardian of the court, one with no obligation to outside matters.
Thus, there's no reason to deal with such individuals, I see.
Edgeworth, disgracing yourself, as Faraday has, will not be forgiven.
Have no fear, I will not let you down, sir. In place of the accused prosecutor Byrne Faraday, I'll prove the defendant's guilt.
Very good. I've secured an hour of recess for you then to prepare to do just that. Show them all the power von Karma.
Okay.
So, have you achieved a firm understanding of the case?
No, yes, sir, I have memorized everything that is written down in the case files.
Wir haben uns die noch nicht einmal angeschaut.
Wir haben auch keine.
Well then, explain the case to me. I want to see if you really know what you're talking about.
Understood.
Wissen wir, worüber wir reden?
Apparently. A murder was committed on September 8th in front of the Codopian embassy. The victim, Mr. Dead Man. Toter Mann was a staff member at the embassy. The defendant in this case, Mr. Mackerel, was held for questioning the night of the incident as he was deemed suspicious. He was quickly placed under arrest for possession of the murder weapon, a gun. Furthermore, at the time of the murder, the great thief Yachigarasu had successfully infiltrated the Kodopian embassy as well. At first, Rel claimed that he himself was Yachigarasu, but that he did not kill Dead Man. I wonder what he expected to gain from such a desperate lie.
It's possible that he wants to go down well in the spotlight if he is found guilty. There truly is no limit to people's inanity. But I digress. Continue, Edgeworth.
Yes, sir. During the trial, the prosecution presented the security footage that captured the murder. The footage clearly showed Mr. Rell as the murderer. The act of Mr. Rell firing the gun could be clearly seen from the visitors' gallery. Upon seeing that, the defendant retracted his statement and admitted to the murder. I did it because I was told to, by the real Yatigarasu burned Faraday.
That sounds about right. However, you've forgotten one thing.
Oh,
While this may appear to simply be the murder of a Cadopian embassy staff member, people are actually referring to it as the second KG-8 incident.
the second KG-8 incident? I'm very sorry, sir. I fear I failed to study hard enough.
Well, even among the police, it's information that only a select few are private to.
Could you please enlighten me, sir?
Shut up.
Sir, what do you mean by the second KG-8 incident?
In order for me to tell you that, you must first learn about the original case. Take a look at these documents.
This, 3-year-old newspaper.
Exactly. You've heard of the Amano Group scandal before, correct?
Amano. Yes, I have. The secretary of Ernest Amano, the Amano Group's director, was arrested under suspicion of smuggling.
Das ist der Dude, oder?
Ja.
Ist das der? Ja, ne, das ist der gestorben ist.
Wie
Correct.
der oben links, der andere.
Mhm.
Ja.
Ja, der lebt noch leider, ne? CCU was an employee of the Amano Group and a sole witness to the smuggling operation. It was she who brought the crime to light. However, Miss Yu was silenced before she could testify in court.
Wasn't a Cadopian embassy staff member arrested for the murder?
Yes, a Cadopian by the name of Manny Kochin was the suspect. However, due to lack of evidence, the case went unresolved.
Lack of evidence?
If only I was in charge of the case. I would have done everything in my power to prove his guilt.
To make sure that all criminals are found guilty, my mentor really is dedicated.
Faraday was the prosecutor on the case then, and it was as pathetic as ever.
Mr. Faraday was in charge of the KG-8 incident as well?
That's right.
Warte, ich schau kurz rein, ob hier irgendwas anderes stand als das, was wir gerade gesehen haben. Okay, nein.
Schade. And no, once again, the victim of the case you are currently assigned to was someone who was scheduled to testify against that smuggling organization. Oh, shit.
And just like last time, the victim was murdered right before he was to testify.
Oh, ich glaube, Edgeworth liegt ein bisschen gefährlich. You're catching on. The victim was murdered just before his day in court against the smuggling organization. Events are occurring almost exactly the same way as they did in the KG-8 incident.
So that's why it is being called the second KG-8 incident.
No. Yes, yet there is one difference between the two incidents.
And what would that be?
The so-called noble thief that is sending everyone into an uproar. The great thief, Yatagarasu.
Yatigarasu? I better find out more. Indem ich ihn frage. If it is true that the Yatigarasu showed up at the Cadopian embassy, what could he or she have been after?
No doubt, to steal any suspicious accounting records and release them publicly. Or more likely, to steal secrets from the Cadopian embassy itself. Since the item that the Yatigarasu stole from there was sent to the police.
What was it that What was it that the Yatagarasu sent to the police?
I don't know the details. Anything related to the Yatagarasu is getting this top secret treatment. Still, I find it very ironic. By returning a stolen item to the police, it was proof positive that a Yatagarasu had infiltrated the embassy on the same day the staff member was killed. Criminals have a way of incriminating themselves, wouldn't you say?
That would have to be the first time the Yatagarasu has left evidence behind, correct?
Yes, indeed. If you wish to learn more about the Yatagarasu, then I suggest you ask Faraday.
Mr. Faraday.
He happens to be the prosecutor in charge of the Yatagarasu case as well.
He's the prosecutor in charge of both the KG8 incident and the Yatagarasu case. Mr. Faraday really has a lot on his plate.
Ich kann wieder ein bisschen trinken.
Da ist jemand!
Ah, fuck, die spreche ich auch. What is it, little girl?
You're scary, mister!
Did you need something?
I want to trade these coins with you.
A fistful of dimes, quarters and pennies, but it looks like you've exactly $1. Is this what you want?
Thanks, that's exactly what I needed.
Is that fake Geld gewesen? Could that child be here to watch the trial?
How disrespectful for a child like that to be running around inside a courthouse. Does no one have respect for this country's judicial system anymore?
Oh. The paperwork for prosecutor's substitution is complete.
Why you? Do you even know how much time there is left before the trial resumes?
I'm so sorry.
I can have you mopping up this courthouse instead of protecting it in an instant.
It's no bother, sir. Not being completely prepared could prove to be a perfect handicap for me.
A proud one you are.
Weil mit den Fingern ausgestreckt.
You better collect the evidence from Faraday and prepare yourself. It's time for your debut. Edgeworth.
Aha.
Sorry, kurzer Schlaganfall.
Damn, wir sind echt im Court. Das erste Mal in diesem Spiel, ironischerweise. Wir sind auf der anderen Seite.
Lustigerweise wusste ich nicht, dass man da auch einen Begleiter haben kann. Aber ich glaube, bisher hat es nach Worte doch Painheads nötig gehabt.
Just what is going on? Why isn't Faraday here yet? How is it possible that the defense is not prepared yet either?
Bailiff, where's Mr. Faraday? I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. Oh,
Hey!
the judge is there.
Alter, man sieht seine Beine.
Damn, the judge has legs.
You must be the one Mr. von Gama recommended.
Oh, man sieht die von der Seite.
I heard this will be your first trial. I look forward to seeing how you perform. Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson.
Sir, it looks like the trial is about to resume. However,
Yes, it will be all but impossible to prove the witness a liar.
Aber so schwer zwischen den beiden zu differenzieren.
ja, ich
Without the
hab,
evidence from Faraday. What is that blasted buffoon up to?
versuch ihn mal so ein bisschen aristokratischer zu sprechen, irgendwie. Vielleicht.
Manfred oder?
Ja, Manfred.
Okay.
So, oh, bitte da.
Er
Aber
hat
auch
eine
so
tiefe Stimme.
tief, aber trotzdem gehoben, aber böse.
Okay. Ich gebe mir Mühe.
It's an emergency, sirs.
Oh, es ist ein dicker Schuh. Nevermind. Viel Spaß darin.
Fuck!
Ich kann den Judge gerne übernehmen, wenn du willst.
Silence! There shall be no yelling in the sacred hall of law. Bailiff, Remove that man from this courtroom at once. But please, wait! You have to listen to me! There's an emergency! Defendant lobby number 2, Mr. Faraday and the defendant! The two of them, they're both dead, Your Honor!
What?
Maybe we
Wild.
don't need court.
Well, goddamn.
Du-du-du-du-du-du-du-du.
Stay back! Ugh. No one.
Ja.
Ist der eher cool oder ist der tief? Ich glaube, er ist cool, oder?
Cool, ja.
No one's allowed on the crime scene. Period.
Außerdem, wenn du noch einen Tief machen würdest, dann wären wir 3, die tief sprechen.
Yeah. Who does this oddball think he is?
This is becoming quite the hotspot.
Isn't she Mr. Rell's defense attorney?
Hey, you! No running in the hallway, pal!
And who are you to tell me what to do? I'll never find out what's going on like this. It's time for some civil discourse. Reden wir mit
Alle
Gunshot.
reden.
Reden
Oh
wir.
ja, danke.
And you are?
Oh, er sieht so jung aus.
Who, me? Hey, Paul. It's common courtesy to tell someone your name first before asking theirs.
Point taken. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm gay and a district prosecutor.
A gay prosecutor? I've never seen a gay prosecutor as young as you, pal.
I'm 12 years old. I've told you my name. Now would you mind telling me yours?
Detective Dick Gumshoe. And just recently I achieved my dream of becoming a detective. More than a dream, it's what I was born to do. Well, wait. Maybe I should check and make sure I'm not really in some crazy dream first.
This detective is entirely too excited to be at the murder scene. Oh, er ist so süß. So, Detective Dick, would you mind telling me what you know about the incident?
You know that I don't have to tell you anything, right?
I know that.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
but it would behoove you to fill me in on what you know.
Well, I don't know what the word behoove means.
Same.
You're proud. Well, anyway, Detective Ben is the one in charge. So you're just gonna have to ask him for all the details, okay?
The names in this case have been ridiculous so far.
Yours true. As for me, I was guarding the door to defendant lobby number 2.
So you were the guard detail. Did you notice anything strange while you were on duty?
Well, I freaked out when I heard a gunshot, and then I kind of froze.
Your detective and a measly gunshot scared you that much. Then again, I can hardly claim to not know what it's like to hear one at close range.
Detective Ben came running to the scene. We went into lobby number 2 together, and both men were lying there. That.
Is that everything?
Yeah, that's it. I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
Interesting. Other than the gunshot, he didn't hear a single sound of commotion. Nice. Danke, Dick.
Und, weißt du, was wir hier machen?
Cut.
Einen dicken Cut, Alter.
Oh.
Einen richtig dicken. So,
Sehr schön.
ich mach... Also, sobald ich zack sage, ist der Cut da und keiner wird damit rechnen. Weil ich mache...
Bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.